can we just be honest about Israel and what the real issue people have with Israel?
Which is?
Because I really think people like Ben Shapiro and Netanyahu and Ben Gvir and all these other people do a disservice when they just label everything anti-Semitism because that weakens that term.
I mean, that's on them though. That's their cause. That's why I'm like calling everything racist.
Yeah, like
because
like
it hurts my cause.
Right, like how everybody be like, you can't call everything racist because now it looks crazy.
Yeah,
when even the most minute things are being called racist.
I don't understand the ideal of him keep using the see, and that's how you know somebody is just wrong, right? Do you feel good standing with Hamas? Didn't say anything about Hamas. I'm talking about
bring it up.
I didn't say nothing about that. What makes you think that I stand with Hamas because I'm saying that your side is doing something wrong?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's like if somebody said, hey, America, maybe you shouldn't drop that bomb on them people like that after Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have did it. That's terrible.
Twice.
And you dropped it in the wrong location.
Yeah.
First of all, you was
already wrong. You was already wrong.
You was already wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And they reply, well, so you with the Japanese now?
Yeah.
Nope, not saying that.
You with the Axis?
Not saying that. If
Axis powers, that's who you for?
If you'd have dropped that on the military base, you'd be
like, that's war.
Okay,
that's
cool.
war. You know what I'm saying? What the Japanese did is they attacked what?
A ship.
They attacked a military of military
naval.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
and United States was like, we're just gonna go after your city.
Yeah. Boom.
Boom. This the wrong place?
Yeah.
Make sure they get the message.
Make sure they get it.
We wrong.
We got
that was
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That was overkill. Or how they bombed what was it, Germany? They just started bombing Germany, dropping bombs on so it's like we can't
criticize.
Yeah, I mean we can.
The issue is it's like we have got to the point that anything you say, almost anything, it's hard to be. You know how when people do jobs or even like personality tests, right? It's like, do you strongly agree, disagree, in the middle, or like it's always the extremes. Right?
Yeah.
Whenever I say or somebody say,
that's a good point because a lot of people teach you have to go either very likely or very not likely for it to be counted.
So we done learn some
we done subliminally learn that you either over here or over here or your in the middle answers ain't gonna move the needle enough.
And if you do the in the middle, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
If I'm on this side, you strongly agree.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Hamas? That's not what I said.
That's not what I said.
I'm saying I'm criticizing the attacks that's been done on the Palestinians.
Yes.
If I can't criticize that should let you know automatically that you're in the wrong.
Yeah, it's like we was talking the other day. The people that start banning books.
Yeah, when you start banning books, bro.
It's like the people that won't let you defend you killing civilians. That's the sign.
Yeah.
That's the sign.
That's the sign.
That's the sign.
That's the sign, bro. That's the sign, bro.
And I just recently read that, I forgot what organization it was, but after that they're calculating that after they count all the people in the rubble, the death count is like 186,000. Crazy work. Crazy work. And it still begs the question: how many people gotta die before you count it as genocide?
Everybody.
Apparently so.
Everybody.
Like what percentage of people have to die before you like? It's just a wanton disregard for these people's lives.
See, with what you're saying there, what people and what Israel's hiding behind is the fact that there was a great injustice done to them. Right.
Even though prior, but we're not.
That's too far. That's too far. Ain't nobody going like, man, come on, man. You gonna go way back?
I'm just saying before October 7th, the death count.
Oh, you talking about that? Oh, yeah. I thought you talking about back here. No, they wrong for that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, bro, how can we ignore it? That's the issue, right?
I like how they just want to start the clock.
Where
it's convenient.
That's not even take that narrative that everybody else.
That's neither
here
nor there.
Yeah, we're not even going to do. If we're capable of ignoring the injustices that was happening to the Palestinians then, so when that stuff was happening, when kids was being, shot, when people was being mistreated, when your military or your police military was doing crazy things, was they doing that to Hamas? Was Hamas involved in? Them kids.
Is
The average-
Hamas involved on the West Bank where they also doing crazy stuff where Hamas is not even over there?
The average age is like 18 there because there's
Crazy
so many
work.
people get. This is before
Yeah.
the war, the quote unquote war that people want to,
This ain't a war.
we
man.
know what
There's
it is.
no, it's not.
We gonna
You gotta be able to put up a fight for it to be a war. This
Yeah.
is just. At what point because Israel's whole thing is trying to paint Hamas like it's an existential threat. What about the last 8-9 months has said that these people are capable of putting up any type of a fight? What about what we've seen makes it seem like the Hamas is just such a threat to Israel?
I listen, man. I like that point, but that point is like they just brush that off.
They shouldn't have.
They shouldn't. I'm gonna give you something. It's hard for you to brush off. Before that was going on, and people and the Palestinian people was getting killed, or how they was enclosed into a quote unquote apartheid. Where in that right there did Hamas have anything to do with that, with the way the Palestinians were being treated? Why was they being treated like that? That's my question. So why were they being treated like second class, third class citizens?
Yeah.
Before Hamas attacked.
You know, it was funny when people bring up like Israel's apartheid state, and then now they be like, we got people. There's a few arguments. They'll say, one, well, there are Palestinians that live in Israel. If we are, so bad, why do they choose to live in Israel? You know what I'm saying? You don't see any Jewish people in Gaza. And my response to that is, what Jewish people would want to live in Gaza?
What person, everyday American, would want to live in Gaza?
Yeah, especially we see how expendable. Yeah, why would you want to live in Gaza? Especially, would you want to live in a place where all your resources are controlled by Israel, or would you want to just live in Israel?
They tan. That's why we don't kill.
And then the second part is they'll argue that they don't have apartheid. They got people, they got Palestinians in their government and all that, and then people will start pointing out the laws that show that you have a different set of rules with people, and then they'll be like, well, that's because we see them as the possible threat. And I was you can't both acknowledge that there are separate rules for people because of,
you can't change the definition.
Yeah, and then also be like, we don't have apartheid. You can't have it both ways.
It's like what they did when we was in a recession. Now we're not really in a recession because this. I said, well, the definition of a recession is when, or what y'all classify a recession is when the GDP is in a negative for 2 quarters in a row.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen.
That's it happened.
But then just
because it's not housing market and it's something else. Yeah. I mean, negative is negative.
Negative is negative.
Yeah. You want to say it's a different kind of recession?
Yeah,
we'll give you that.
We'll tell you that.
You know what I'm saying? There's different types of food out here, baby, but it's food.
Yeah, but they really remarketed that, bro, and that's what they do, man. Because humans are dumb.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Y'all are dumb.
And I just want, man, we gotta call a spade, bro. Like Israel, the state of Israel is not the same thing as Jewish people. I have a problem with how your country is making policy.
I don't care who it is. Yeah, I have a problem with the Congos.
Yeah,
I'm black. I have a problem with that. I don't understand why.
Yeah, it ain't about that.
It ain't about. It's about who's been treated.
Is your policy killing thousands of civilians or not?
Yes or no?
Not your people. Is your state's policy doing that? And if me pointing out of states, my problem with a state's foreign policy is anti-Semitic, that's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane.
We changing the definition. We shouldn't allow that.
You gotta hold people's feet to the fire, my boy.
We not.
You gotta. You're bombing. You just indiscriminately bomb. And these are your words.
And then you said no. You know what I'm saying? They animals. When people say that, they just out here trying to get flour. And look what y'all do to them. Massacre.
Oh, we can't help but Hamas is using them as
human shields.
That
means you don't shoot.
That's only effective if the person with the gun isn't willing to shoot. You can't be like, we got humans, they use them as human shields. It clearly is not a factor. If you willing to pierce through their body, it don't matter.
What do a human shield has to do with bombing like a school or a hospital?
Nothing. But they had Hamas soldiers in there killing them. Which every time they say that fact, they never back it up with anything.
Say that's not a fact.
I'm sorry. The fact is they say it, but they don't ever back it up with like solid evidence. But time and time I see instances of like, say like the Red Cross or whatever, organizing ahead to say we about to go in here and get these people out so we can get them help, and they bomb the Red Cross. Like,
yeah, that is right, because them people got
and they've done that multiple times.
They off them people,
where they coordinate ahead and say, hey, we're gonna go get these people. We're gonna hit these
still
people.
Do that.
And they're like, you know what? We're gonna bomb them anyway, because Hamas.
And that was American. Some of them was Americans, wasn't it? Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like,
and then y'all Americans, y'all wild for that. Because regardless of how you feel about that state, that's still another country.
Yeah.
And you know how y'all are about other countries.
Yeah.
And another country bombed some people and Americans was killed, and y'all okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the brown people.
You know U.S. ain't going to admit fault, man. And
I don't even admit
especially
fault.
Like what we done in Iraq and Afghanistan. When you start looking at them civilian death tolls, we look crazy out here.
Yeah, bro. America. Now listen.
Might have to block Barack up.
Yeah, you boy.
I heard it was like 90% civilian.
Bro, he said,
they
said Obama. Again, this is what y'all need to take away from us, bro. Like, you see how impartial we are to people, bro. We love Obama. I think Obama was one of the best presidents. But he did some dirt.
He did some crap. I can.
Oh, it's blood out on his hands.
Yeah. I perfectly understand why, Middle Easters hate him. I get it.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. That's why I don't understand when it was like he Muslim. I was like, boy,
he's not. You check them kill records. That man is not Muslim.
Well, he a different type.
If he is, he a self-hating.
He a different type.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he been pressing them buttons. I'm gonna take them out.
We gonna get them soldiers out.
Yeah. By any means. You know what I mean?
That was wild.
Israel's like the size of New Jersey. And then on October 7th, they said it took them 6 hours to get over to where Hamas was to like quell that incident. It don't take 6 hours to get across New Jersey. So the question is, because first of all, that happened in the first place was a fluke. So it begs the question, how does it take you 6 hours to get across New Jersey to help your people? There's questions out there, man. It's questions. That's a legitimate question. That's a very severe failure under Netanyahu. I'm just saying.
If you want this episode, come go to the Patreon.
Go to the Patreon. Because even if we put it on YouTube, it probably won't be out long. We might not even have this channel. So we got to nip that in the bud now. They making too much sense.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to hit us with 2 strikes automatically.
Well, I hope you like that little clip, because that's all you're getting. Our full podcast, you can find it on Patreon. That's where we put all our video podcasts. But you can also listen to it on iTunes and Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Or SoundCloud if you just want to listen to it.
Just pay the money.
Yeah.
Pay the money and see us, man.
Like $2.
$2, man.
Or $5, something.
Yeah, come be part of the family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm one of your hosts.
And it's safe. And it's safe over here. We not dead. You can come party with us.
That's crazy.
You can party with us.
This is going to be on every one.
It's going to be on this one. We'll see how it go. And we'll see how it go.
Hey, I'm TK, a.k.a. Soccer T.
And I'm Darius, a.k.a. Daristotle.
And this is Mind the Gap.